Welcome back. Welcome back to another live stream. Are we live? We are live. And here it is, bringing it up. How's everyone doing today? I think I'm a little blown out here. I just took, I don't know, maybe an hour just to figure out how to live stream this. I lost a little clip, the little clamp for my iPhone, so I've been trying to use my webcam, which I haven't used in like a year, and I can't figure out how to live stream it through the OBS, and it was just taking a long time. So I ended up using my phone with a little clamp. Like a little clamp that I would put on like a light fixture or something, and it's just kind of like resting on my monitor right now, so I'm hoping it doesn't fall over. How's everyone doing? Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Donut Domination. Hey Sherry, Robert, Heidi, Dominic, Linda. So I'm going to open up the vegan cuts. It's that time to open up another vegan cuts box and do a live hangout. Let me just try to like move this light back here. I feel like my face is white as a ghost. No matter what kind of light I use, it's never right. I don't know. Maybe I am a ghost. Maybe I'm a zombie. So I just want to start out by, this video was brought to you by Annie Brand. Annie Brand. I'm just going to plug these shoes again. Annie Brand is an all-vegan shoe company, and they have 3 different types of shoes. This is the high top. They're all black, very light, fit nice to the foot. And they have the high tops, they have the low tops, which is what I'm wearing right now. I just took it off my feet. And then they have the slip-ons. And these are the shoes that I've been wearing for the last couple of years. It took me so many years to find vegan shoes since I went vegan many years ago. And I finally found an all-vegan company that I love to wear. So I'm sharing it with you guys. I want to give you guys the promo code ZombieKicks, and $5 will be donated to Mercy for Animals. Win-win situation. So now that we have that done, we have Vegan Cuts box, which we're going to open up and we're going to see what's inside. And we're just going to hang out, chat, answer questions, whatever you guys want to do until nobody's talking anymore. But yeah, those shoes are really nice. They're not big and bulky. I always like something nice and form-fitting to the foot, nice and light, and I love them. So Everywhere Forever, what's up? I have a lot of videos to edit from Los Angeles that I'm excited to get out. I just posted some. I just posted. Have anybody seen my latest video, the vegan pop-up with No Egg Craig? First vegan pop-up that I've been to in my area in Syracuse. Now I know they have them all the time out in California, but it's really cool that they had one here in Syracuse. So go check that out. We had brunch together, and we did a little mukbang over at Hercules Candies, which was really fun. And that video is on Craig's channel. So they're very comfy. But you get used to them. It's like a flat foot kind of thing. It's a thin sole. We're talking about the shoes again, and so it doesn't have like a lot of padding or anything, but you definitely get used to them. And you could put like padding soles in them if you need to. I never had to do that. But since they are very thin sole on those, you might not want to go like hiking or anything in them because you can feel the rocks underneath your feet. But they're great for like any other thing, like just if you're not on a rocky surface or something like that. But I did notice that. And I'm also a skateboarder. I wouldn't want to skate in these. I have like other skate shoes for that. But these are just general, really light. It's almost like you're not wearing shoes, and that's kind of how I like it. You are, but you're not. So Yeah. Any brand stands for as nature intended. Graven Babies followed the No Egg Craig guy because of me. That's cool. Yeah, Craig's pretty awesome. Greetings from Nova Scotia. How is it? How is it over there? Is it like real? It's really cold here. How is it over there? It's snowing out right now where I am in Syracuse, and it's very, very cold. Okay, so I'm just going to go over this again like I always do. The Vegan Cuts box is a subscription-based box where it's, I have the snack box in front of me. It's an all-vegan company, and they take different vegan products, samples of different vegan products, and they put them all in this box, and then you can basically taste test them and figure out which ones you like, which ones you don't like. And I've found new vegan products because of the Vegan Cuts box. And again, I say like that's a good thing because you can find your new favorite product, or you might find something that you don't like that you're not going to waste all your money on, like the entire thing somewhere when you're in the store. They also have beauty box and like a grooming box, and I had one where it's like all kinds of like I just shaved my beard, so I actually used a razor that I got in one of these boxes, I believe. So it was all vegan company. So they give you the Vegan Cuts card, which is the snack box, and on the back it tells everything that's in here. It tells where to find the companies on social media. Speaking of social media, I should tweet this out that we're live. I have some news after this too that I want to talk about. That's just fun stuff. And where is it? Can we tweet this out? If I tweet it, will you guys retweet it? All right, so over here, trying to use technology, guys. Twitter. Okay, let's say let's spell I'm right with an apostrophe, you know. I'm live on YouTube. Come hang out. Boom. All right. Tweet. I'm not very big on Twitter. My following has not grown 1 inch in the last 2 years. I don't know why, but Twitter is not my thing, I guess. And I do tweet a lot, so, I mean, not a lot compared to other people, but, you know, I tweet. I'm tweeting. So anyway, the first thing that is in the box, well, we got the hippies, which I've showed you guys these before. These are the white cheddar ones. These are my favorite out of the flavors that they do have. And these basically are like vegan cheddar puffs. Almost like Cheetos, but not as like cheesy as the Cheetos. More air puffy. And I'm tempted to open them up right now because I'm hungry and there's nothing to eat in my house. I need to go to the store, but I'm in the frigid tundra and I'm procrastinating. My rations are in a low right now. Like I got certain things that you just, I mean, I guess I could survive on these things, but they're not like for meals or anything like that. Like I can't make a whole meal. I'm like eating crackers or a can of, I don't know, jackfruit or something. All right, we got a superfood cereal, Vigilant. Vigilant eats coconut chai. Trying to show you guys these without the light blowing this out. And I don't know, I don't think I've had, oh, it says we're vegan right on the back. Right there. Yeah, I'm streaming from my phone, so everything's going to be in reverse. Sorry about that. I could turn it around, but then I wouldn't be able to see when I'm talking to, so. Do I like the vegan Robs? Yes, I do like the vegan Robs. Certain ones I like. I just had a bag of the, actually I just cleaned them out, but I had a bag of the hot ones, the Dragon Puffs here. The next one we have, what is this? This is like, let me see what this is first. I thought this was like for, I thought these were like for like a Keurig or something, but they're not. These are little soup flavorings or something. It says Bee Leaf Vegan by Vegan Make Peace. vegan chicken soup, and vegan garden vegetable soup. So you probably just add this to like some really hot water, and you have yourself some soup. There you go. So far we got those three. Ooh, they're really stepping it up here in this. Okay, so we have Dave's Gourmet Creamy Ginger Citrus. A whole bottle. This is like not even like a sample. This is they full on gave you a whole bottle. And again, sorry for everything being in reverse. But that's how it is. It says vegan on the side, creamy. The sauce for food lovers. The ingredients. You want to go over the ingredients real quick? We got vinegar, red jalapeno, non-GMO canola oil, carrots, distilled white vinegar, onion, lime juice, salt, garlic, ginger, cumin, citric acid, and guar gum. I hope it's not too hot. I don't like things too spicy. We got Jill's Original Crackers. You know, I think I've had these from like another packaging. How is the stream? Does it look? This doesn't really look. It kind of looks like poor quality. Like, what's going on here? I think my internet's good. Is that poor quality for you guys too? Or are you guys seeing it okay on your side? Oh, it's not in reverse for you guys? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's only up here when I see it. Let's see that. Jill's Crackers. Oh, okay, so it's not in reverse. That's cool. Turn it around. Yeah, it's a little washed out. I don't understand why, because there's really no harsh light on me. It's in a softbox and it's pointing the other direction. I don't get it. Maybe if I turn this down right here, bam. There we go. That's a little bit better. Maybe I can turn. Okay, so Jill's Crackers, and it's got all the things on it, like it says vegan and gluten-free and all that. And I have had these, and they're pretty good. They're kind of expensive, too. I've seen them at Wegmans. Jill's Crackers, a sample pack. What do we got here? This is a passion fruit natural fruit strip. So you got fruit strips, like fruit roll-ups, but vegan. Hi, CJ and Lindsay. What else do we got? We have this one. So if you're in school and you're thinking about taking the exam and you need some IQ, there you go. There's your IQ bar to get good grades in school and just overall be really smart. So it's brain fuel. We have functional nutrients, plant-based protein, 6 grams, 4 grams of net carbohydrates, and 0 grams of grain, gluten, and GMOs. So it tells you what's not in there and what is in there. We got the vitamin E, we got the magnesium, the probiotic fiber, the omega-3s, and the flavonoids. So matcha, chai, hazelnut. Right up on the top it says vegan, keto, paleo, and then I can't read the other one, but IQ bar. So when I'm feeling pretty dumb, I'm going to eat that and hopefully I'll feel better. Protein Bites by Enjoy Life. These are chocolate protein bites, dark raspberry. Come on, we can do it. There we go. Hello from Bogota. Hey, how's it going? Zombies do love brain food, so, there you go. Protein bar. It should be called a zombie bar, right? Our IQ zombie bar. Blake's seed-based pineapple snack bar. A pineapple snack bar with a little parrot on it. There we go there. Hey John's Conscious Life. Gomez. Okay, so this is always nut-free. It's free of the top 8 allergens. And I'm not even going to try to read the back because it's too small. The lighting is not good in here. But there's that. We have a few more things in here. What is this? Hot guava vegan gummies. You don't always see vegan gummies because most gummies have gelatin in it, but hot guava. Wait, is it really hot though? Is it like hot guava? Is it spicy? Nomland. It's from Nomlandia. I'm excited to try these out. They are called Namba Candies. Namba Candies, you can find them on social media at Namba Candies. There. Jesus Freak says, Dad cheese is really expensive, $5.99 for a small package. Well, that's about how much. It's about, I think, $4.98. It's like $1 cheaper here. So, yeah, gummies. And then we have Tone It Up plant-based protein bar. They're giving you like an entire box. This doesn't look like a sample to me. It's an entire box of salted caramel protein bars. And that's pretty cool. Let's see. Tone It Up. 10 grams of protein, 170 calories. Nutrition facts. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you get the point. Protein bar, plant-based, tone it up. You got to tone those muscles up. Okay, and that's it for the product in there. However, they have a couple free coupons. Let's see. Difference. Is that a coupon? Okay, so they have one free coupon. And this is for the Alpha Foods burrito. And I can tell you right now that these are the best, in my opinion, the best vegan frozen burritos out there. My favorite being the fajita and the Mexicali. And that's only because the other ones are really good too, but don't like mushrooms, and there's mushrooms in them. And I know that, so. But yeah, so you get and this is a $3.99 value, I think $3.99. Or is it $2.99? It's like something like $2.99 or $3.99 for a value. And this expires March 31st. So, got to use that up. But they do carry them at Wegmans, and Wegmans is only like less than a mile from where I am right now. So, that is everything that's in the Vegan Cuts box for the month of January. And I will put the link below after the video is done. I'll put it in the description. If you guys can't wait that long, you can go to my Vegan Cuts box from last month and use that same code, bring you right to the Vegan Cuts. And you can check out what they have. So yeah, it's a monthly subscription. They will send anywhere in the world. You just have to pay extra shipping if it's not in the United States, but you do have access to it. So that's pretty cool. And I hear that the owner just sold the company too to another vegan. That's all I know though. Okay, so now live hangout. We know what's in the Vegan Cuts box. I have other unboxing videos that I still have to edit. I have a lot of stuff to edit. I wish I could afford an editor because I have like tons of stuff on my computer right now that needs to be edited. Tons of really cool stuff I want to show you guys. And I'm always coming up with new things to put on here. But so let's see. Any questions so far before we get into some more stuff? Hi, Christine. Let's see. When am I going to LA? I just got back from LA not too long ago. I'm going back there for Expo West, which is the beginning of March, and I'll be there for a little bit. Hitting up Expo West, and then probably doing some more things with the film, the Vegan Zombie film. Today is Christine's birthday. Happy birthday, Christine. A lot of people's birthday. I just had a birthday Indy the pup just had a birthday yesterday. How I feel about Eastern medicine. Hey, if acupuncture works for you, I've never had it. Um, it looks interesting, but I'm one of those people that like I hate needles, so I don't know how I'd feel about it. But yeah, if that works, that's great. And thank you for the happy birthday wish. Shireen wants to say hi. How do I feel about Gardein from a nutritional standpoint? I would say that it's better for you than the animal, whatever version it is, but probably not the best food for you because it's not a whole food. It's a processed food, and you get to cook it up, and yeah. So I would definitely, as far as nutrition goes, stick with the whole foods as much as possible. Try to keep the sodium lower and try to keep the oils out. At least that's what I've learned in my own experience, as well as a lot of professional scientists and doctors and nutritionists and dietitians out there say the same thing. A lot of studies showed that the plant-based diet is a whole plant-based diet is one of the only diets that has been shown to help heart disease and reverse heart disease and a lot of other diseases as well. Why did I shave my beard? It was my birthday, and I usually shave my beard on my birthday face, and like I did the 10-year challenge, and I also did the 25-year challenge. So if you go over to my Instagram account, you can check out what I look like 25 years ago and then now, and I tried to do the same pose in both instances. So that's why I shaved. And I like to shave every once in a while, like my beard grows, because I hate shaving all the time. So my beard grows out, and then I just shave it off. So yeah, just no real reason. Craig is definitely right about the eggs. When is my birthday? My birthday was on the 25th. Lots of Aquarians here. My dog loves the snow. He will play in the snow forever. And it's really cold out right now. Will I meet up with Happy Healthy Vegan at the expo? I mean, I'm sure. I always see them at the expo. And I didn't have time really last time I was out there, but I talked to Ange a little bit while I was out there. So hopefully I'll see them this next time. I'm going to try to stay out there a little bit longer too. I was on a busy schedule the last time I was there. I had like every single day I was doing something. So, and I have a lot of videos from that too that you guys have not seen yet that I'm really excited to get out there, as I keep saying. What do I do to stay active during the winter? I try not to freeze. If it's not too cold, I like to go for walks when it's snowing out. There's a difference though, like when there's snow already on the ground and it's just frigid, and it's just like you're out in a tundra and you're walking and you can just hear the crackling of cold. I don't like that. But when it's like the snow is big and falling down, like it's peaceful and quiet, and I just love the feel of that. I put on my big coat and I get into the pup and we just go for a little walk and play in the snow. I think I have an Instagram story saved from last year, and it's right on my story top page of me and Indy in the snow going for a night walk. If you guys want to check that out, the Vegan Zombie on Instagram. And if you guys haven't already, give me that thumbs up for the video and subscribe if you haven't. Get our latest updates and stuff like that. Definitely appreciate it. I don't date meat eaters, no. I'm vegan and I find it hard to get non-dairy protein where I live and work. Well, like, what do you mean by that? Because, like, pretty much all the food we eat has protein in it. So it's like a big myth of, like, the protein deficiency out there. So if you're eating food, you're getting your protein. Kale, pound for pound, has more protein than a slab of steak. Let's see. I think we have a. Oh yeah, we have a moderator in here that I see right now. the next, okay, well, they're not vegan expos. It's called Natural Products Expo West, and then there's one in East. It's not an all vegan expo. It's the biggest expo of its kind, and I think last year it had upwards of 80,000 people there. It's huge. You can't. It's crazy when you go in there if you've watched my videos on it. But all the vegan companies happen to be there. I just have a list of all the ones that I go to, and I'll find new ones every time too. And you get to talk to the people, the companies, and you get to find like the newest products, what they're working on before it's out on the market. So I'm excited for that. I'm always excited for Expo because I get to see all my friends and all the different companies, all the companies I support, and I get to learn new ones and see what the newest products are. What inspired Indy's name? Indiana Jones. What is my opinion on juicing? I like juicing every once in a while. I know that Dr. Esselstyn says that it's like basically, well, if it's like fruit and stuff, it's like drinking sugar because you're extracting all the fiber. Uh, you know, what I used to do when I juiced was I would juice it and then I would take it again and pour it through a strainer to get the rest of the pulp out. But now I'll just drink all that pulp in there. When I juice, I still think like I feel good when I juice, but I drink smoothies more often than I actually drink juice. So I don't think it's entirely bad. Message retracted. Let's see what else. Yeah, I have years of Expo videos. So probably for the past 5 or 6 years, I've got Expo East and Expo West videos. They're really fun. You get to see all the new products and you get to talk to, like, I like being able to talk to the people behind it and ask them the questions. Like, that's how I was able to ask Justin of Justin's Peanut Butter Cups about, you know, how the back of the Justins say, you know, may contain traces of milk or something because of shared equipment. So I was actually able to clarify that to find out if they were indeed vegan or if they actually had milk products in it or something like that. So that was cool because that answered a lot of people's questions coming from the guy that creates them. You ran outside 365 days. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Zombie dolls, that'd be cool, Graven. I do have a P.O. box and it's listed on here on the YouTube channel on the About Me. Okay, there's a good question. If you had to make dinner for someone who doesn't live a vegan lifestyle, what's your ideal dinner like? Well, I'll make them obviously a vegan dinner and I mean that happens with like my dad. Like I always try to get my dad to eat vegan and all these years like he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't even try it if he heard that it was vegan. But lately within the last year or two, he's been eating like all the things. If you've been watching my vlogs and stuff, you'll see that he's been eating a lot of vegan things. Just recently on my birthday, I made a bunch of vegan pizza, and he ate some of the vegan pepperoni pizza. So he said it was all right. It wasn't, but the fact that he ate it was, I mean, that's pretty awesome because he wouldn't touch it before. But I like to make, like, I mean, I'm good at making like pizza and like some of the crowd pleasers are like the mac and cheese. Even like the tofu scramble. I know some people don't even want to try tofu, but I make a pretty mean tofu scramble. And the recipe is right up on the channel. Now there's one that we did a long time ago, John did, and then I did one like probably 3 or 4 years ago. One of my first videos that I did personally. Did I meet my fundraising goal for the Mockingbird? No, I didn't. But we got pretty close. We raised about $455 out of the 600. I decided to put it up to 600 this time because last time I did it, I like made the goal within like 2 hours. So I thought, hey, let's bump it up a little bit. Cicely has a big bag of Justin's on my account. You know what? I think I have. I can't say if this is still good because this is from, I think, one of the expos. It's the almond butter cup. So, if you let these sit around for a while, the butter in the middle, the almond butter or peanut butter, it kind of gets powdery. So they're best when they're brand new. And I was trying to eat a little bit healthier, so I let this sit around. I can't say for sure if it's going to be good or not. I mean, the chocolate's always good, but sometimes in the middle. Okay. My dad was impressed with the Beyond Burger and the Beyond Sausage. And then the pizza I made over Christmas, he loved that too. I have not tried the Just Eggs. I made them on Christmas, but I wasn't feeling good. Like, I never get sick. Like, I haven't been sick in like probably 6 or 7 years, and I just wasn't feeling well on Christmas, so I didn't eat anything at all on Christmas. But I made breakfast for everybody, so I made tofu scramble, and I also made the Just Egg. It's weird because I never liked egg, and I don't like the smell of egg, so I almost don't want to try it, but I know I probably should just to, Beyond Burger and Impossible Burger. I've had the Beyond Burger. I've not had the Impossible Burger. They're sold at White Castle. I really do want to try it, but I don't know my thoughts on that. It's kind of weird. The pizza swirls, yeah, that was a good one. You're making me hungry. I am hungry. Kind of wish I was back in LA so I could have access to all those awesome vegan restaurants. Peanut butter cuppers. Peanut butter cups are the best. Marmaduke. Oh, it's downstairs, but you would be excited about what my friend gave me for my belated birthday gift yesterday. It's something from 1982. Well, that's all I'm going to say. Any suggestions on explaining veganism to a devoted meat eating family? You gotta stick with it. It's just gotta come around. Some people aren't gonna do it right away. Like in my instance, my whole family was a meat eating family, including myself. 29 years ago. 29 years ago, I went vegetarian, and they thought I was crazy. As the years went on, my brothers went vegetarian, and then I went vegan. And then eventually they all went vegan. My mom is very, very vegan friendly. She says that sometimes she slips up if she's out with people and she might have something, but she never eats meat. She might have something that she doesn't know if, like the dressing or whatever, which, I'm not going to hold my mom to any of that. They're all at their own stage. But my dad, who was never, like I just said, he'll tell you he's a steak and potatoes guy. He doesn't want to be a vegetarian or a vegan, but he's even come around, recently now too. So you just got to stick with it. The biggest thing that I can say, some people aren't going to, no matter what you do, they're not going to come around. I mean, literally, it took 29 years to get my dad to finally try something. That's a lifetime. That's most of my life. That's all of my adult life and most of my teenage years. So my advice would be to make some really good food. I mean, because look at what they have today. Like, I mean, just even mention in there, like the Beyond Burger, the Impossible Burger, like all these things. Like, you could make, if they're a diehard meat eater, make them like a loaded burger and let them try that. And make some vegan recipes that aren't like, maybe not so much like a whole food one. Make them a comfort food one just to get them to try it, to see, wow, maybe I can do this. Like, that's the first step. I wouldn't think that most people would want to go straight from being like a meat eater to like, I know some people have done it, but like straight up whole foods plant-based diet. Most people get over by eating the comfort foods, like the vegan versions of what they would normally eat. And that was the whole basis behind the Vegan Zombie when we started it, to make vegan versions of all the different foods that we grew up with. So anything we would think of, we would veganize it. So I think that's the best thing. Like, find a good recipe. If you can't cook, find one of your friends that knows how to cook. Cook something awesome, delicious, vegan, and blow their mind. You know, let them try it. Maybe don't even tell them that it's vegan. Give them a nice burger. Let them try it out. You know, sometimes my mom makes my dad food. She doesn't even tell him it's vegan. He's like, "This is the best I've ever had." I think she did that with like some vegan meatballs recently. It was either that or was it the I mean, they've really come a long way. Like it was hard to do that back in, you know, when I first did it because you would know that it was vegan, but now it's like not so much. So I haven't visited Monty's Burger yet. I did get invited there for the opening, but I live in New York, so I wasn't able to make it. Um, I was I just did a video though in Riverside with some pizza. So if you guys are in Riverside, definitely check that out. I posted it on my Instagram, but the video will be coming soon. Um, Jackfruit tacos. We got a really good barbecue jackfruit taco. We got a lot of questions. If I missed your questions, sorry. We got a lot coming up. Um, pot pie sounds really good, Cicely. We have a really good pot pie recipe. Shepherd's pie too. That's a good one. Quilton, yeah. You know what? That's one of the go-to things that I usually make. Either something pizza rolls, or mac and cheese. Whenever I go to a potluck or something, I'll make a vegan mac and cheese. I'll just set it down, and people will devour it. And it's like I've been giving compliments that it was like the best thing there, and then they find out they want the recipe, and I'm like, oh, check it out, and they're like, you're kidding me? It's vegan? And yeah, it's vegan. I've had that happen a few times. But also, yeah, I've had like you got the when you go to an like a kind of a mixer, like you know, like half vegan half not, and they got their food and then you got your food. For some reason everybody likes to make fun of, you know, vegan food when they're not vegan, but then they come over and they eat all the vegan food until it's gone, and then they go back over to their food. That's happened so many times. It's kind of funny. It's like, you know, just make everything vegan, people just won't ask questions, they'll just eat it. Just don't tell them. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry to hear that. Impossible Burger 2.0. Now that looks like a crazy burger. Um, they rolled that out when I was out there in California. We could have went and got it, but didn't do it. You know what I did do? I had a lot of ramen when I was out there. Frederick, it is pretty cold here in Syracuse. I don't know exactly because I'm streaming from my phone, but it's pretty cold. I was out there with Indy right before I streamed, so yeah, it's probably in the teens right now. Oh, the pet treats from the cookbook. Yeah, yeah. Indy loves those too. Red would like to know if I would ever experiment with gluten-free breads or flour recipes. Yes, yes, I need to make some kind of a gluten-free bread. Lately, I've been making sourdough bread, not gluten-free, but delicious nonetheless. And I will give you guys a video for that because I'm excited about it. Okay. Ramen is life. Yeah, John. Have you had Ramen Hood or Tatsu Ramen? You know, when I was out there, I met with my director, and we went out. Who, by the way, he's not a vegan, but I took him to. We went to Doomies, and we went to Ram. No, wait, where did we go? Doomies, and then we went to the. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a vegan Cajun place. Why don't I remember the name? But anyways, we went to those, and so everything was vegan there, and he loved it. So. And he said he would definitely be going back. So that's awesome. You got to plant that seed. Greetings from the Netherlands. Okay, so we're caught up on most of the comments here. 23 degrees in Syracuse right now. Yep, it's really cold out here. So Thursday, 2 days from now, Thursday night, I'll tweet it or post it in probably tweet it or something, let you guys know for sure. But Thursday night, I think it's 8 or 8:30. I'm gonna go stream again with John over at John's house. We're gonna talk about some new things. We're gonna talk about some new recipes and what's going on with Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary. And you guys, we would appreciate all you guys coming over there and hanging out with us Thursday night Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do another one on Saturday at the Farm Sanctuary, the Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary, and we're gonna make food. So the other thing that I've been entertaining the thought about doing here, and I've been watching a lot of videos on how to do it, which I'm kind of frustrated that I wasn't able to set up my actual webcam. I need to figure that out. I need to watch some more tutorials on that and what's going on, because it was just taking too long. I was wasting too much time doing it. But I'm thinking about actually doing some more live streams on Twitch. So I want, when I actually do it, I'd like to let you guys know over here to come on over there, and I think I'm gonna leave the YouTube channel for most of my other videos that I do, and do some more live streams on Twitch where we can still talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And I've been entertained because Twitch is mostly for gaming, but which it's all about watching whoever you're watching and interacting with them. So I don't know if I'll be playing a game or not. I was thinking about maybe doing kitchen stuff, but I don't know how that would be, trying to set everything up in a kitchen and still be able to read the comments coming in while I was cooking. So I don't really know. Or maybe I could just sit like this and we can talk. So I'm still trying to figure that out, but that'd be cool if you guys could come over there and subscribe to my Twitch stream when I make that. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't the Cow at Mockingbird, I haven't been there since then, so I haven't even met some of the new residents yet. Do I use a GoPro? No, I do have a GoPro. It's right over here. I haven't used it in a long time. It's kind of out of date. It's the Hero 3, so it doesn't even have any screen on the back or anything. I was using that a few years ago. I used it for a quick minute. But don't go on. Why not go on Twitch? I feel like that's more made for streaming, whereas I started doing streaming on here, and last time I tried doing that, I saw my viewers drop, and I don't know why, but I don't want to do that to my channel, so. Yeah, people do watch it without being a gamer, and it's not about having to be a gamer. That's just kind of I used to game. There was 2 games that I used to play, and I used to play all the time. I was pretty much addicted to the first one, and then the second one, kind of addicted to that one too, but not as bad as I was the first one. And I started back in the year 2000 when I was going to school at University of Florida in Florida. And so from the time I was a little kid, I was always into Dungeons and Dragons, and I was always looking for a good video game version, and I could never find anything that was up to the expectations of actually playing like I did when I was younger. And when I was in 2000, I went to a video store in the mall with my friend, and we asked the guy that was working there, we're like, hey, we're looking for a kind of like a Dungeons and Dragon game that we could play. And he's like, oh, try this one. He's like, it's Ultima Online. And there was only one copy of it. So we're like, well, we both want to play it. He's like, oh, well, there's this game right here, and it was EverQuest. So we're like, okay, so we grabbed EverQuest. And from that day on, I was addicted. And then after EverQuest, I played Warcraft. And I literally played all the time, all the way up until the very day that I came up with the idea for the vegan zombie. The very minute I came up with the idea for the vegan zombie, all of my free time went into educating myself to make a better channel for the vegan zombie. And I immediately quit all my gaming, never played it again. And over Christmas, I kind of missed that feeling and started playing a little bit over in December. So, I mean, not like I was before, but just, a little bit. I felt like, I've been doing this vegan zombie for 10 years now. And, it was getting to the point where, like, that's all I'm doing. And I love it. But I realize, like, even when I'm not working, I'm working. And if I'm on a vacation, I'm really not. I'm still working. And, I love being able to do this and have my own schedule. But, like, I don't take any days off. Like, I work every single day. I'm always doing something. And anywhere time I go somewhere, it's like, do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, can I make a video from this? Can I do another video? And I do. So I kind of wanted to say, like, I just want to do something fun besides that. So I just started. I played it a little bit over the last month. So I was thinking about maybe doing like a Twitch stream, so I could, as I was doing it, I could talk to you guys about anything. Because I like to say, I was talking to my friend earlier today, like, yeah, I'm vegan, I'm the vegan zombie, and I love being able to promote veganism in an awesome, fun, entertaining way. But at the same time, there's more to me than just being a vegan. Like, I like other things. There's other things that I describe myself as, other than just a vegan. I mean, I lead my life as a vegan, but there's more to me than that. And I mean, there's more to everybody than just one aspect. Do I have any food? I don't have any allergies that I know of. And I don't really like bananas regular, but I love bananas in my smoothie. So that's my smoothie of choice, is frozen banana base, and then I use like some other ingredient. And they're delicious. And sometimes I'll make a smoothie. Sometimes I'll make a smoothie bowl. Sometimes I will just give Indy the pup a treat. I don't know. Okay, so we got some other people in here who used to play WoW too. Swizzy. What's my regular profession? My regular profession now is I do vegan zombie full time. It wasn't easy. I've been doing it for 10 years, and it was it took me about 6.5 years to be able to do it full time. At the beginning, I used every bit of free time that I had, and I used all the money from my full-time job to support the vegan zombie. So I put a lot in without getting any return until I was at the point where I was kind of forced into doing it for a living. And I know that kind of sounds weird, but it's true. Before this, I was a special investigator for the federal government. So yes, before I was a zombie guy, I would dress in a suit and tie and put my badge on and go out and work in places like the Pentagon and other weird, like top secret places and stuff like that. And that's what I did. But I grew bored of it because I wasn't going to end up on my end goal. And that wasn't because of anything I did wrong. I didn't like quit or give up. I just hit the age limit to do what I really wanted to do. And what I really wanted to do, I wanted to be a special investigator, or a special agent rather, in the FBI. I worked for a different agency, and I hit the age limit. And I was really bummed out, and that's why I came up with the idea of the vegan zombie. I was actually working my full-time job when I came up with the idea for the vegan zombie. But as the years went on, I was still doing it, and then I went from like a salaried worker to a contractor where I could make my own schedule. So I was a contract investigator, and that allowed me to still work and keep my job, but also put a little bit, like I would work a little bit less hours than full time, but then I would also put full time hours into the Vegan Zombie. And then that lasted for another few years until I got to the point where I was doing Vegan Zombie most of the time, and then I would pick up what I needed each week or each month, whatever I had to do with the other job. And then it got to the point where my liaison was like, you need to either work more full-time hours or we need to like cut our contract. I liked it because I didn't have a boss. So he couldn't really say I was fired or something, but he could terminate the contract with me. And so I had a decision to make. I either had to go full time there and give up everything I was doing over there. And by that time, you know, doing Vegan Zombie for 6.5, 7 years, like I was really invested in it, and it was it still is. It's my passion, and it's everything that I loved. So when he gave me that ultimatum, I reluctantly resigned, and I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing, and it was scary, but it was also liberating. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm doing this full time now, Vegan Zombie. Like, here we go. I really need to, like, you know, pedal to the metal. And I did, you know. And I'm able to, you know, with the support of everybody watching the channels, I'm able to create content for, you know, fun content, but also for a greater purpose, and promote veganism and, you know, entertain and educate. So I love what I do. It would be nice to be able to, like, I kind of just make ends meet at this point. So it's nice to be able to do this for a living, but, you know, like, I need to figure out something all the time because, you know, just being able to like get by is, you know, it kind of gets a little bit old. But at the same time, I gave up a job that I was making a lot of money, but I wasn't happy. And now I'm happy, but I'm not really, you know, I have to be very frugal, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there's that. I love what I do. It's awesome. It's amazing. And you know, I always hated working for other people and being told what to do. And, you know, I felt like working all the hours that I was putting in and not really feeling like I was doing anything really. It just got really old. I just wanted to find something that I loved, you know. So I made that happen. I manifested it. I basically, the way I came up with the idea is I just sat there. I'm like, I can't do this the rest of my life. I can't retire and know that the only thing I did was this. You know, like, yeah, maybe I'm making good money, but I have no like work-life balance. All I was doing was working, and when I wasn't working, I was worried about what I had to do the next day. Like the weekend, I'm like, oh my God, the weekend I don't have to work, but like, oh my God, Monday is going to be so bad. I got to do this, and I got to, oh my God, I have, you know. And when I graduated from college, like, I really hated writing papers. And when I graduated college, I'm like, I never have to write a paper again. And this job right here, I had to write very concise, long reports. And it was like, I don't want to be doing this. So, you know, parts of the job were fun, parts of the job weren't fun. And since I wasn't going in the direction that I wanted to anymore, it was kind of a dead end for me. So there's my diploma up there that I went to school for. You guys can't really see it, but I went to school for, you know, that kind of thing. And I don't use it anymore. I don't use it at all. But I thought to myself, like, I want to wake up every day and be passionate about what I do and feel like there's meaning and want to go to work, like want to do this. And then, so I'm like, what do I love? It was simple as that. What do I love that I could do every day? So what are things that I like? And immediately I'm like, well, I love making movies. I've always wanted to be involved in some kind of movie or video making thing. And this is primitive YouTube back then. This is 2009, early 2009. This is before YouTube really took off. This is at the beginning. And there were no vegan shows on YouTube. There were no cooking shows and stuff like that. So I said, I love making movies. I especially love the horror genre. And it's a no-brainer. I've been vegan half my life, so I can throw those things together. What can I do with that? And I came up with the concept of the vegan zombie. I went home and I wrote up a whole script. That's the original script that I wrote for the movie. And that was 10 years ago. And I said, well, I want to make this movie, but I want it to be the best movie I can make. Very low budget, very amateur, but still quality. So how am I going to do that? Well, I got to get good at making videos and making movies and, you know, directing, lighting, special effects, all of that. So I decided, why don't I make something on YouTube? Why don't I do, maybe I could do a vegan cooking show set in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, that sounds good. I could share my vegan recipes with the world. At the same time, I can learn my, you know, my zombie make. And I didn't know if anybody was going to watch it, but I wanted to make my zombie stuff and at the same time, you know, educate people about how easy it is to be vegan. So I met up with my friend John and I pitched the idea for him. I said, do you want to be the host? You know, I'll come up with the stuff and I'll shoot the videos, I'll edit the videos, and you just make food. Because he had finished culinary school at that point. So I'm like, hey Laura, thank you so much for the donation. I always forget that there's super chat here and there's donations. So yeah, so he said he was down with it, and we started out and we made the first video we did was our stuffed shells and I think a baguette, bruschetta, and we got like I think 50 or 60 views, which is nothing today, but back then we were like, oh my god, 60 people watched our video. And before that, like literally if I made a video, like my family would watch it and like maybe 10 people would watch a video. So now we have like 6 times that, and we're like, wow, we need to keep doing this. We need to make more of these videos. So you know, and we had already been vegan for a while, so we would get together every like Thanksgiving and have like a vegan Thanksgiving with our friends, and we would all make a different dish. So we basically took all the dishes that we used to make every year and we made it for the show. And you know, everybody, you know, the rest is history. The views started going up and up, and we were getting a lot of views. Like our older videos were getting 50, 60, 100, 200,000 views. And you know, things changed along the way. And we ended up doing other videos as well. So now we don't just do cooking videos. In fact, you know, we still do cooking videos, but it's not the main part anymore. We were able to make a cookbook, so I have a cookbook over here, and it's in 3 different languages, which is awesome. What else? Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun. And then I just decided to do whatever on the channel, as long as I'm showing somebody that it's easier to be vegan, you know, day in the life, what I eat, going shopping and finding out what's vegan at different stores, interviewing different people about their vegan journey, just anything I can really find. We've done so many things at different farm sanctuaries. WFPB for life, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we've been to different farm sanctuaries. We've you know, raised money for different farm sanctuaries. We've helped animals get placed in different homes. Like John rescued Max the dog, if you guys remember Max, and then Max got a forever home after that. Just so much that I've never thought would be possible through a YouTube channel. I mean, it's changed my life. It's changed me as a person. I was just talking about that earlier. We were talking about, like, I would never be able to talk in front of you guys because I was incredibly insecure. I was incredibly camera shy, stage fright. You would never get me in front of a camera. It wasn't until John had to kind of back away. He had other things going on in life, and he wasn't able to do videos anymore regularly, and then eventually kind of almost non-existent. And this was at the point where I was like, wow, like, if he completely quits, like, I lose everything that I've worked so hard for. And so then I did exactly what I never would have done. I was extremely afraid to do, and that was get in front of the camera myself and start taking over. And, you know, it was weird because, like, you know, I would be doing all the work on the channel. I created the channel, but nobody even knew who I was. They knew John and only John, and I felt like if I got in front of the camera, people would think I was a fraud or something. And so it was like it was hard to do. And I went in front of the camera and I did my first video ever, which I still cringe if I watch it, but like it took me so long to do because I hated how I looked, I hated how I sound, and I just was not comfortable in front of the camera. But I knew I had to do it. So I did it. I uploaded the video and I literally had my mouse clicker over the delete button, and I was waiting. I kept refreshing it. I'm like, as soon as I get a hate comment, as soon as somebody makes fun of me, I am deleting this video. And instead, I started getting really good positive comments and people liked it, and to this day it's one of the most viewed videos on our channel. And I still can't watch it because it's so cringy, but I'm definitely more confident now. And over that, it also gave me more confidence to be able to talk in front of an actual real audience, because I wasn't able to do that. I couldn't even read a paper in front of college. I was extremely scared, like a lot of people are, stage fright. But now I can actually get up in front of people and speak. And just, I've been doing this for so long that it's just me talking about my journey and what I've learned and my experience. So if I can help somebody out, then I love doing that. So that's basically what it's done. It's done so much. I've traveled. I've met so many people. Able to help animals in a way that I never thought I would be able to help different people on their journey. It's awesome. And at the same time, I love making content, making videos, and just entertaining. Vegan for life. Yeah, I resonate with that. Like, I never thought, even day one, I've been vegan now for over 24 years. And even earlier than that, I went vegetarian. So I've been in that kind of lifestyle for so long. And think about it. It was so different back in the early 90s. And I never thought it was hard. When I first did it, I thought it was a new, fun challenge, because it was a challenge for me. I was at the age where I wasn't even old enough to have a job. And my parents didn't support me. And I needed to learn to provide for myself, like vegan food, because nobody else was going to do that. So we didn't have half of the stuff that we have today. It did not exist. And to me, I just had to learn what was vegan, and that's when I started learning to cook. I just got in the kitchen and experimented. I'm like, well, I'm gonna make pasta today. I'm gonna make rice. I'm gonna make falafel. I'm gonna make tofu. And I was introduced to that at an early age when I was 14 years old. And it wasn't hard then, and I don't think it's hard now. And I've been in situations where, think about it back then. There were no vegan restaurants. Nothing was labeled vegan. There weren't vegan products like there is today. There was a few, but very, very far and few between, and it was hard to find them. And we made it work. There was no internet. Internet did not exist. Google did not exist until 1998. So it was impossible to share your pictures of your food with the people that you can do it with now. And today we have the luxury to research something. Hey, I'm not sure if this is vegan. Let's Google it. Let's find a YouTube video and see what somebody else says about this. Let's join a vegan group. Let's go to meetups and potlucks. I mean, we have all of that. We have vegan restaurants. We have vegan products that are marked with a V. All kinds of things. We have infinite recipes that you can make. So I've lived in different places. I've been well off on my jobs, making decent money, being a single guy living, with nothing to pay for, no kids, nothing like that, making really good money. And I've also been dirt poor, living on my own in Florida with a couple friends where I literally, when I had to get my first job, I was a garbage man until I could get another job, and I would walk a couple miles back and forth until I had my first paycheck, and I bought like a $10 10 speed at Goodwill so I could ride. It was a broken down 10 speed. I rode it back and forth to work until I was able to get a few paychecks where I bought a $600 broken down car. And all the while being dirt poor, nothing even crossed my mind that I couldn't be vegan. I was still vegan. I still, I just had to buy food. It just had to be vegan. And that's, if I'm hungry, it's like, what am I going to eat today? But it never crosses my mind that I'm going to eat something that's not vegan. It's just there's so much out there that even back then, when we didn't have a lot of vegan products, there was still an abundance of things to make. What? Where are we talking about Johnny Depp being a Satanist? Where'd that come from? I guess I'm missing some of these comments. Oh, yeah. Susan, yes. Right now, there's no better time to be vegan. There's so much out there. The internet is opening people's eyes about the whys of behind being vegan, whether it's the animals or, what it's doing to people's health, what it's doing to the world. People are understanding now that it's the right thing to do. It's always been the right thing to do. And how old am I? Oh, no, you're talking to somebody else. Rice and beans are definitely cheap. Bulk food, there's so much you can do. And even if you can't have your own garden, I live in a tundra right now. I can't have my own garden, but I can in the summer. How old is Vegan Zombie? I just turned 43 on the 25th, so a couple days ago. I know. I can't imagine life without the internet either. I was with my friend yesterday, and we were driving. We were actually heading towards Buffalo, Niagara Falls. And I was saying, imagine trying to navigate this without like a GPS. And it wasn't that long ago because we're that age where we used to do that, or MapQuest when the internet was primitive. Also great to connect with others, but the trolls, you can be a troll on Warcraft. Hello from so I went to Rochester yesterday to eat food because there's way more vegan places in Rochester than there are here. And to my dismay, the two places that are all vegan that I wanted to go to are not open on a Monday. Rochester is not vegan friendly on a Monday. Why is that? I wanted donuts. I wanted food, and we only stopped in Rochester to get food before we went to Buffalo. But then we realized that my friend, he left his passport home anyway, so we turned around before we even made it to Buffalo. It was an epic fail yesterday. I look maybe 33. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Like, I try to keep my youth. I never wanted to grow up. I don't care. I want to be a kid forever. My mom will tell everybody that. I've been saying it since I was a little kid. That I never want to grow up. And I feel like it's part of not only like my lifestyle, but also my mindset. Like, I'm trying hard to like keep my youth as long as I can. Are you in Minnesota? I'm not in Minnesota, but I was in Minnesota at one point. Susan, you're in Minnesota, right? Susan? Happy Cow is a good app. It'll tell you different vegan places to eat at. Oh, are you talking to me? I know the guys from Happy. I know the guys that made Happy Cow. I know why close on a Monday. If I had a vegan restaurant, it would be open every day. Even if I wasn't there on a Monday, I'd have somebody else working. How is Buffalo? You know, Buffalo back in the day was never vegan friendly. There was nothing there, but I guess there's a couple places there now. I've been to the Buffalo Veg Fest the last couple of years. Um, they have a Whole Foods there. I've never been to any of the places. Like I know they have an Amy's. I've never been there, but it's right next to Niagara Falls, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a video of the falls all frozen, and then I was gonna jump over it in a barrel. Oh, dude. And then we got my doppelganger, my female doppelganger Marmaduke over there, and the female version of Peter Pan. We're like almost the same person. Vegans just don't want to work on Mondays. I'll work on a Monday. I'll work. The good thing about being able to be your own boss and your own job, like somebody was asking me the other day, oh, the weekend went by so fast. And I'm like, I don't have that problem anymore because every day is the same for me. And I work every day, but it's fun work, so it doesn't matter. I can adjust my schedule however I want. It's hard work, but it's rewarding and it's fun. And I can't say that like I just all of a sudden joined YouTube and this happened. I am 43 and I've worked my butt off over all of these years. I've done jobs from being a janitor to working the federal government in the Pentagon, and now I'm finally doing what I love. And I never really liked any of those other jobs, but what I can say is doing the most hard physical labor jobs were the worst paying jobs ever that I've had. The jobs that were the easiest, like sitting around and not doing physical labor, were the best paying jobs that I had. I don't know why that is, but that's what I've learned. But the job I have now is the most rewarding. I don't make a ton of money or anything, but I'm able to pay the bills through what I do. But it's scary because I don't know what's going to happen with YouTube. I don't know. It could, like, what if something happens? Then what do I do? I mean, I have a degree. I've got work experience. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. But that's just another avenue of like what I might want to do when I say on top of what I'm already doing, I might want to go over to Twitch and try that out and do proper live streams like we're doing right now. This is kind of like leading into what I want to do. I'm more comfortable than I was. Like before, like here, behind the scenes, this was me when I would go live in the last couple of years. Put the camera up, ready to go live. I'm like, all right, as soon as I press this button, everybody's going to be looking at me. Uh-oh, what am I going to say? Okay, here we go. No, I can't do it. Okay, nope, not going to do it. Oh, okay, we're live. Oh my God. Hi guys. And that was the process going in my head. And now it's more, it's weird, but it's more normal. Because I'm talking to you guys. I mean, think about it. If I go online and there's nobody to talk to, then I'm sitting there talking to myself. And I've always kind of been an introvert. I got a lot going on in my head, but I don't always say what I'm thinking. So, I mean, through the Vegan Zombie, it's really changed my persona a lot because I was always very shy as well. And through doing what I do now, it's like I can be either way. I can be quiet and on my own and not go out, that kind of thing. But also if I'm put in that situation, I can pretend that I'm not an introvert and I can talk and I'm not. Like, I mean, being shy is a thing of the past. Like it doesn't exist anymore for me. I was shy all of those years until just a few years ago. It's almost like I just cured myself of it. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing. So Cicely says, I'm 36. I definitely don't feel. It seems like yesterday. I can remember like when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s, and I don't feel any different. But I do remember when I was a little kid, and I specifically remember both of my parents having their 40th birthday party. And I remember it was like the over the hill thing. And I thought they were so old, they're 40. And I'm like, wow, when I I can't even imagine when I'm 40. That's so far away. And here I am, and it seems like no time has passed, and I don't feel like I thought my parents were like old at the time. Like I don't feel old. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. I saw when I was at the pop up. I saw my I don't know if she's watching me, but I saw my friend's mom at the pop up that I was at, and she was talking to me. And I remember I started hanging out with him. Oh, like almost 25 years ago, not 20, maybe 22, 23 years ago. And I remember, so his mom was my age now when I started hanging out with him, when we were like teenagers. And now I'm the age that she was. It feels like that time went by like that. And I'm talking to her now. I'm like, wow, like you were my age when I met you. And it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Time flies. So I'm afraid that, another 20 years, I might look another day older, hopefully. Susan, you're in Minnesota. Yeah, we went to the herbivorous butcher, and then I went over to the, what's it called, the Pizzeria? There you go, Frederick, 76 years old, but feels much younger because of veganism. I feel like, putting the right things and not putting the wrong things in your body, like leading a healthy lifestyle in every, in all aspects, what you're putting in your body, exercising, having a good mind, and it can put a lot of years on your life. Yeah, when you really think about it, it's crazy to think about what people are eating. I don't consider it food. It's very easy for me. It's like I don't understand. I know there's a big. People have been asking me what my thoughts are on it, so it is a thing. There's a lot of people on the internet, a lot of different YouTubers. I don't know why, but they're making videos why I'm not vegan anymore, and I don't get personally. I don't get it. For me, it's like as soon as I went vegan, like I didn't consider animal products to be food anymore, ever. Um, it's it's disgusting. There's no cravings. There's so many other things that you can eat, and you can do like if you're really craving a burger, make a vegan burger. Make a vegan burger and eat it. Um, if you're craving pizza, make vegan pizza and eat it. There's so many things that you can make. It's endless, and I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know if they're doing it for attention, for views. I think it's a bad example. I don't know. I thought the same thing, Cicely. Like, this is way back in the day when I was vegetarian. I thought, okay, so, some people go vegan for different reasons. And to me, it's as long as they go vegan, I don't care why you go vegan. I was already a vegetarian. And this is a long time ago. This is before the internet. And everybody said, like, if you go vegan, like, it's like you could do vegetarian, but if you go vegan, you're going to lack important nutrients. Your health is going to take a toll. Your nervous system is going to be depleted. Your brain functioning, all this, and you're not going to be healthy. And that's what I actually thought, because there was nothing to disprove that. I didn't know any vegans, and there definitely wasn't any long-term vegans to say that wasn't the case. So when I decided to go vegan, I decided to go vegan for other reasons, and I just kind of said at the time, I'm like, oh, well, if my health deteriorates because of this, like, oh, well, like, I mean, I'm not going to eat this stuff. And I know that sounded pretty stupid of me, but the opposite happened. I felt better. I felt more energy immediately. And I'm not just saying this, I really did, because I was always pretty lethargic as a kid. And I kind of attributed that to, I was born with a heart condition. So I always thought that was because of my heart condition, that I was out of breath and tired when other people weren't. Although I was very active, I was an avid skateboarder. Every single day I would skateboard. Um, but yeah, I would get out of breath and I would feel tired, and I had, so my what I was born with was pulmonary stenosis, and that was like your heart valve going to your lungs, and it was a little bit too small. So I figured that's probably why I'm tired all the time, and they told me I would never grow out of it, all kinds of different things, and I went vegan. And I immediately felt an energy boost. I was like, wow, I feel great after like 2 weeks. And I stuck with it, and like it was the single best decision I had ever made in my life. I can say that much. Um, and in my 20s, I was actually at a specialist, a dental specialist. And when you have a heart condition like that, you have to pre-medicate. And I stopped taking all medicine, and I didn't want to take medicine. Um, from the time I was 14, I never took any kind of painkillers or anything like that ever again. And from the time I was 14 till now, I've never had a headache again in my life. But also, he wanted me to get checked because I said, well, my doctor said I'd never grow out of it. He goes, yeah, but that's probably not good if you somehow did grow out of it, that you're still taking, all this medicine, every time you go to the dentist. So I'm like, all right. So they referred me to a doctor. I went to my doctor, and he was an older guy, and he basically listened to my heart with a stethoscope and said, I'm like, so, did I grow out of it? He goes, no, you'll never grow out of it. It's something you're going to have the rest of your life. I'm like, oh. So I got a second opinion. I went to a specialist. So he was a family doctor. I went to a specialist. I went up to, I don't know, Upstate or Crouse, one of the best here in Syracuse. Actually, it's one of the best in the world, but it's here in Syracuse. I went there to get a cardiogram. They looked at my heart. They let me see my heart on the monitor. They put it down. They took off their gloves. They, okay, you're done. And I'm like, well, what? Am I okay? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, like I'm good. And he's like, yeah, you outgrew it. I'm like, so I'm normal? He's like, yeah, you're normal. This is the diameter of what a normal valve should be between this and this. You're in the middle, so you are within normal. You're on the low end of normal, but you are normal, and you outgrew it. I'm like, so I never have to medicate again? He's like, you never have to medicate again. So I'm like, yes. Now, I don't know. I can't say for sure. I don't know if that's because I went vegan or whatever, but I outgrew something that they said I would never outgrow. And on top of that, like, I can't say that my health now is, I can say with enough certainty that it's due to my lifestyle, but there's no way that I can prove that. I say this in another video, but basically I'm reiterating that I don't have a time machine to go back in time and live my life differently to find out if I got to where I am right now, if I would look and feel the same. Probably not, but yeah, I always tried healthy life choices. I'm probably rambling right now. What are we even talking about? All I know is we got more people watching, so maybe I'm talking about something right. I don't know. I don't have a time machine, by the way. I wish I did. Where would you guys go? Where would you guys go if you had a time machine? If you go one place, would you go back to when you were a little kid? I'd probably go back to 1982, the day that I went to see E.T. in the movie theater. I know exactly where I sat. There's probably better things I could come up with than that, but that was a very impactful moment for me right there. It's a very fond memory. Well, you kind of want a normal diagnosis when it comes to your heart. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? Good karma. Your oncologist is a vegetarian. What did they say about your cancer? Did they say that you're doing the right thing by being vegan? Marmaduke, you would go, right? You would come and visit me in the movie theater, right? 1982. What else? My mom told me we had to leave ET because I was crying hysterically. I actually cried in ET, but not because I was afraid, but because I was very sad at the part. I won't give it away, but there. Oh, we're at 100 people watching. Awesome. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up just to see if that goes up any. If you guys want, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. Yeah, I cried in ET when I was a little kid. Let's see, I was 6 years old when I saw ET, and I really felt like I was a baby for crying. I honestly did. Um, and then we went and saw it again, and I'm like, I was ready for it. I'm not going to cry this time. And it came up, and I cried again. I love that movie, ET. Favorite movie. Oh, Marmaduke. Guess who I saw the other day when I was in Los Angeles? I was leaving a restaurant and I made eye contact really quick with Corey Feldman. That was pretty cool. We made eye contact. Hey, Corey, what's up? Goonies never say die. Sorry that my chair is all squeaky. I would I say this to my dad all the time. Like, I'm always coming up what ifs. And I like to talk about like time machines and time. Time is the one thing that really wraps it just, I can think about it forever. Just like space time. But I asked my dad, I'm like, Dad, if I had a time machine and me now, I came all the way back to when I was like just born, I was a little kid, and I came up to you guys. Do you think, knowing what you were like back then, do you think I could convince you that I am your son coming back from the future to meet up with you? Or would you just think I'm crazy and call the cops on me? And I said, look, I know a lot of things about you that I could tell you. Do you think you... So my dad thinks that, yeah, I could probably convince him that, my dad was really into science. He still is, like astronomy and stuff. He taught me about astronomy, and we watched Cosmos with Carl Sagan together a lot. And I don't know if I could convince my mom. She might go crazy and call the cops on me. But Mom, I don't know. I don't think I saw the whole movie of Little Women, but I did see parts of it. We very may that is true. We may very well live in a digital simulation. So Carrie's listening to me because I'm helping get through the rest of your shift. So, well, at least I guess we'll stick on for a little bit longer. So Biff from Back to the Future, he was here in Syracuse not too long ago. I need some chapstick. My lips are pretty out. The Whole Foods vegan diet. My friend just told me about a vegan psychiatrist that has a podcast that talks about a lot, very good things to talk about depression and stress and anxiety and stuff like that. Let me see. It's the name of the I forget the guy's name. It's like Doug somebody, but the name of the podcast is Beat Your Genes, or Beat the Genes, something like that. Beat Your Genes, GENES. So maybe check that out. Yeah, I feel like I look like my mom or dad, but I have all the original movies too. So like, I was actually just looking at them not too long ago. I was thinking about doing that. I was going to make a movie or a video of like all the old movies from when I was a little kid, and maybe even doing a YouTube video saying like, talk about a certain thing that happened and actually show you guys the whole movie of when I was younger. The thing that I wanted to do. Okay, so I think I told you guys, this is worth talking about since we're already talking about things from the past and stuff like that. I already talked about this. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I did a live view and I did tell this story before. So sorry if I'm reiterating again another story that you guys already heard. What lip gloss do I use? I don't use I use chapstick, and it's but it probably looks like lip gloss. This one is Friendly Body Products. and it tastes like mint. I don't know, peppermint, because it's kind of like stinging my lips a little in a good way. Beat your jeans. There you go, Doug. Yeah, there you go. Doug Lyle. Paula says, I'm not full vegan, but I eat vegan 4 days a week. See, I like to hear that. I like to hear when people give it a try and they, because those 4 days a week, they're not eating meat. Hey, that's a win. What do we need to do to get you to go vegan all the days a week, It's a process. And same with Jesus Freak. That's awesome. And your wife is fully vegan. That's cool. So did you guys want to hear that story I was about to tell? It's a family story, and I think it's the best Father's Day card I ever got for my father. If you guys want to hear that story, let me know in the comments, and I'll tell. If not, we can talk about something else. Oh, let's see. I don't know who Sean Baker is, but I wouldn't push any kind of carnivore diet because that's never been proven to help or reverse any kind of heart disease or any kind of diseases. So the plant-based diet is the only one that's done that. It did it for me. If you guys know my story about the whole I got my blood tested, and overall my blood was really good without taking any supplements for 28 years. My vitamin D was a little bit low, and that's because of where I live in Syracuse, New York. Not a problem. My B12 was really good. No supplements. My cholesterol was on the higher end of normal. I mean, it was still normal within the normal average American diet, but for a vegan, it was a little bit high. I tried to do so many things to lower that. Nothing was really working. So then I went cold turkey on the Esselstyn diet. Within 1 month, my cholesterol was perfect. So my LDL, my HDL, my HDL was still a little bit low, but my LDL was low, my triglycerides were low, and that was in 1 month. So Esselstyn diet, that's no oils, very, very tiny few nuts, no avocado, no processed foods, and I stuck with it to a T, and it worked. So I do believe I believe you live longer when you're vegan, and studies show that people that are more on plant-based diets live longer as well. A lot of healthier too. A lot of other cultures from other parts of the world that don't eat a lot of meat or dairy seem to be healthier. They don't have the problems like the heart disease, the obesity, the cancers, and stuff like that as well. Okay, back to my story. Again, I'm sorry about maybe missing some of your guys' questions. I'm reading them as I go, but I want to tell the story. So the best Father's Day card I ever got from my dad, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. It was the day before Father's Day. I had no present for I'm like, what am I going to get my dad? I need to get him a card. And I'm cleaning out. I'm a pack rat. I'm very sentimental. Like, I want to be a minimalist, but everything has value. And to me, I have like a really photographic memory, so it brings me right back to that time. And so I don't throw things away. I mean, I probably should. I mean, I still have notebooks when I was in middle school and elementary school of my drawings and stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to get my dad a card. I didn't know what to get him. And I'm going through all my stuff, and I found an old letter that my dad wrote to me. This was from 1987. I was 11 years old. And at that time, my dad, well, he got laid off from his job, and he was struggling. And there's 4 of us. There's me and 2 brothers and 1 sister. So he's trying to make ends meet, and he's trying to get a new job. Well, he got kind of a temporary job that was located about an hour and a half from where we lived. So he didn't have the money to up and relocate us. So he went out there and basically rented an apartment while he was working. And we wouldn't see him most of the time. We would see him only on the weekend. So, again, this is 1987, before the internet, before cell phones, all that stuff. And he would I mean, he still does. He's old-fashioned, like he always writes letters and stuff like that. So he typed up a letter on his word processor. And this letter was like, it was to me because I was the oldest out of my brothers and sisters and I would understand it the best. Well, basically, he wanted to know how I was doing. And he said things like, every day I get home and I look for my mail and I hope that, I get some mail from you guys so I can read it, but it's only junk mail. And, I'm reading this and I'm realizing, I'm like, oh my God, was he like sad? Was he depressed? I didn't know at the time when I was only 11 years old, but reading it as an adult, I'm like, like I kind of felt bad. And I'm reading this thing and he's going off like, he's saying all these things like, because he was really creative when I was a kid. He would make games for us. Like he made like kind of like an investigator game where he gave us all envelopes, me and my two friends, and we were on our BMXs and he gave us these envelopes and we all had code names. And he gave us our first clue what to do, and we basically had to ride our bikes around the neighborhood and around the town and find different clues to put them all together to form a code decryptor. So we could find a code word to go into a mom and pop store and go up to the cashier and tell the cashier a secret password, so she would give us all an envelope and it had like $1 in it and we bought some candy. So that was very exciting. My dad would make and create these things. He was an instructional designer, and in his free time he would make these things for us as his kids. And so he brought up some of that stuff in the letter. He's like, what did you learn today? He would always ask us, what did you learn today? Tell me what you learned today. You always learn something. So he's like, what did you learn today? Like, what did you learn in school? What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm going to say these 3 words and tell me what comes to mind. And he said like my best friend's name and then that game that he made for us and like different things like that. And he wanted to know all these things. He's asking me all these questions. And I'm reading it as an adult, literally, 30 years later? More than 30 years later. About 30 years later. And I'm thinking I'm really sad because I'm like, I never wrote back to him. And he really just wanted, companionship. He's lonely. He's going to work and he's coming home. He's not seeing his family, and he's writing this letter to his oldest son. And I never even bothered to write him back. So I pull out a blank Father's Day card and I proceed to answer his letter in present day. And I said, "Hey, Dad, what did I learn today?" And I don't remember, but I said something significant. And I said, what do I want to do when I grow up? I'm already doing it. I went to school. I already graduated. I got my degree. I live here. I moved out, and this is what I'm doing. And, I've always tried to get him to stop smoking. So I kind of threw that in there. I go, what do I want? I really wish he would stop smoking. So I wrote all these like sentimental things in this letter, and I signed it, and I folded up the original letter and I put it in there. And I gave him the card. And I videotape everything, but I did not videotape this moment. And I really wish I did, because this would have been a viral video. We're out on the back porch of my parents' house where I grew up. And it was me and all of my siblings except for one, of my brother, my sister, mom, and dad. And I give him the card. And he starts reading the card, and he's like, he doesn't understand he's like, what the heck is this? I'm like, just keep reading it and then read the other thing. So he reads that, and then he reads the other thing. And then he looks at me and he's just like, what? And then my mom grabs it. She's like, let me see that. And she reads it, and she just starts crying. And then my sister reads it, and she starts crying. And then my brother's like, let me see that. And he didn't cry, but he was like, well, that was pretty good, and it was just like, that was just a really cool moment, because, I really got to him that, he loved that. He kept it. He showed all his friends. So I think that was really cool, saving that from 1987 and then giving it to him in present day. I think it was like 2013 or 14 when I gave it to him. But I really wish, I think he might have teared a little, but I haven't really seen my dad cry that much. But yeah. In his older age, he has a couple times, but yeah, and one of them there's a video of, and it'll probably make you guys cry too. It was when he tried the Beyond sausage. I think it was last Father's Day. most recently. So yeah. Yeah, so I have like all these memories, and I also have videos because my dad always did videos like I do. So he would set up a camcorder, or not a camcorder. He would set up his movie camera. This is why I love making videos because ever since I was born, he always had a movie camera on me. So I have movie film on a movie projector of me when I was a little kid, all the way, growing up. And he took movies of my siblings and myself growing up all of those years, and he would have like quality time nights. Like there's one of me and my brother, and I think it was when he turned, because it was his birthday. He's like, oh, I just turned 30 years old, and that's so long ago. No, it was more than, it was a little bit over 35, because he's exactly 30 years older than me. So he turned 35 and I was 5 and my brother was like 3, and we're sitting at the table and we're making things. We would draw and we would make things. And I like dinosaurs. So my dad would make these 3-dimensional trees, and we would make dinosaur cutouts, and we'd color it, and we'd tape them all there, and I'd make this whole landscape. And it's all on movie, and I'm rambling now, but so that basically what got me really into wanting to make videos and movies was the fact that my dad always did it. And then my house was where all my cousins and friends would come to when it was movie night. My dad would pull out the projector and he would pull up all these movies, and we would watch them. Some of them were embarrassing and I'd have to leave, but other ones were like, you know, really cool ones. So that was my dad. So am I still on the Esselstyn diet? Not completely. I when I go out, like when I post those videos from LA, you will see me eating at different restaurants. Definitely not on the Esselstyn diet. But here at home, yes, I do try to eat as healthy as possible. Today, everything I ate today would have been on the Esselstyn diet. So yeah. Um, so yeah, my dad just turned 73. His birthday is like a few days before mine. Um, let's see what else here. Now I'm getting hungry. Yeah, they took a lot of pictures, but also a lot of movies. And those movies are really deteriorating. So what I did, and it's still not really good quality, but what I did was I digitized a lot of them onto my camcorder and I put them on my computer. So I do have stuff like that. Here's another joke that we tell. This is just a quick one, but like there's a movie of me the day I graduated from kindergarten. And around that same time I graduated from kindergarten, my youngest brother was born. He's the one that was making pizza with me in my last video, two videos ago. And they take me over to the garage and they say, open the garage. And I open the garage and there's a brand new BMX bike. And they're like, happy graduation. But my middle brother also got a bike for doing nothing. And so my youngest brother was just born. His name's Brian. So they said, happy graduation, Chris. And then they look at Pat and they're like, happy baby Brian, Pat. So he got a bike because my brother was born. Happy baby Brian. So the joke of the family is anytime one of us has a birthday, we're always like, happy baby Brian. Even if it's not Brian, we say happy baby Brian. And a lot of my friends will say happy baby Brian too. And that's the inside joke. Happy baby Brian. And that's all on movie. So like I could actually put it up there and show you guys the footage. I never became what I wanted to be. There's another movie. My first day of kindergarten. My dad said, "Okay, Chris, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I'm like, "I want to be a professional football player, and then a baseball player, and then an astronaut, and then Spider-Man." I don't know. I had really high aspirations, you know. A delicious bowl of chili would be really good right now. Another YouTuber with a coat on in the house. Go pay your electric. Who's wearing a coat? I'm not wearing a coat. I like my house nice and cool. I don't like my house all hot. I don't like it. I'd rather put a hoodie on than. I don't like the heat coming in, but I don't want it frigid either. Oh, too much weed and acid could definitely make it so you're not in the, like a Top Gun. Uh, so I wanted to be an FBI. I never did. Well, that wasn't the reason why I never did, but I never did any drugs or I never drank. Did I stop the? Yeah, I don't do that. I don't. I I try not to do any oil if possible. Um, but the whole salt thing, even when I was on there, that just was like it wasn't what I thought. So salt is actually we need salt. So yeah, I just don't do a ton of sodium. Like I do a little bit. Um, but yeah, I still try to eat a lot of whole foods and weed out a lot of the processed foods. However, when I go out to different restaurants, I am going to get that. I don't really go out to restaurants when I'm home. I pretty much eat whatever I have here at the house. I make my own food here, and when I go out on vacation, well, not on vacation, but out to like LA and stuff for work and stuff like that, I'll go out to like different restaurants and I will eat it and try the stuff. Come over. Z before I pass out. Yeah, what time is it over there, Marmaduke? It's like 10 here. It's got to be like, what, 3 or 4 over there? Did I cut my hair? No, my hair is very, very long. All the way down to my butt. But I do need to cut it. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, if you want to do these again, we're going to, again, just to let you guys know in case you just joined us, or we are going to do another live stream on Thursday around, I think it's 8:30 or 8 or 8:30. I gotta figure that out, and I can't look because I'm streaming on my phone. But I will be doing that with John. You know, that old guy from the original episodes of the Vegan Zombie. We will be doing a live stream talking about the Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary and some food that we're going to be making for like Super Bowl food. I don't know if we're going to be making it for the Super Bowl, but Super Bowl food that we're going to be eating. So, Marmaduke, I'm going to have to show you that present that I was telling you about that I got yesterday. They are making another Zombieland movie. Yes, they are. And it's due to be released on October. One and two were good. Yeah, they're also doing a prequel to Night of the Living Dead. So George Romero's son is going to be making that movie. Oh, I didn't mean John was old, but I meant like, you know, like the old videos. I said that wrong. John's actually younger than me. He's like 6 years younger than me. So Red is Zed. Did you not get notifications for this? Are you guys getting notifications when I come on here? How long have we been on, by the way? A while. Oh, maybe I should go make some food. The Super Bowl isn't vegan. Well, my Super Bowl party is going to be vegan. Did I know John before I went vegan? It was around that time. Yeah, I think I was vegan. I think I just had turned vegan. He was my youngest brother's friend, but you know, when you're older now, age doesn't really, you know, age isn't that much of a difference. I'm 6 years older than him. But when I was like 18, 6 years was a big difference. So they were like in elementary school when I was like graduated high school. So yeah, I didn't hang out with him at the time because he was way too young. But I knew who he was because he was my little brother's friend. But yeah, I was vegan before that. yeah, I could go on like I said, like I'm with these streams, I can go on forever. I have lots of stories to tell over the years, vegan and other things that have to do with things that aren't specifically vegan, but not vegan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Age is an elephant, and elephants are an age. Is my family vegan? For the most part, yes. My dad is not a vegan, but he will eat vegan food. My brothers and sister are vegan. Their kids are vegan. You've probably seen, if you've seen my videos, my little niece, Katie, has done a couple videos with me where she's trying some of the vegan food. Night owls rock, yeah. Yeah, I'll be up for I'm a night owl. I'll be up for a long time. Do I have any kung fu stories? Well, I got started with veganism pretty much. The whole thing started because of ninjutsu. I used to do ninjutsu. So that's my unique story about how this happened. It's not why I went vegan, but it's why I went vegetarian through ninjutsu. I used to practice ninjutsu long time ago, and that led me to being a vegetarian. So I don't know if that was like a joke or not, but yeah, that's actually true. And I used to do that. I've always loved martial arts since I was a little kid. I started with karate, then I did ninjutsu, then I did jujitsu, and now I'm not in anything, but parts of that they resonate with my everyday life anyway. Well, I did ninjutsu with two different people. I did ninjutsu with somebody, not like I didn't pay to go. It was somebody that trained this, and like basically his whole life was like doing that. Like basically he was a minimalist and a vegetarian and Buddhist, and everything that he did revolved around ninjutsu. And he's the one that introduced me to being a vegetarian back in 1990. And almost to the day, it was in March. But yeah. And so I got trained with him. He led me to ninjutsu, to vegetarianism. And then as the years went on, we grew out of touch. Yeah, so I never saw him again, and I never will again. But he impacted my life so much because of, showing me vegetarianism, which led me to veganism, which led me to where I am now. But then I started going a place that was kind of local here where I live now in Cicero, New York, and it was, I forget the name of it. There was one that was Tai Chi, and then the other one was like, the instructor was Ken Tominski, and I did ninjutsu with him. And then I went to another place of jujitsu, which was a branch of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So, yeah, I wish I could keep going, but I'm such a germ freak. I hate touching other people. So, I don't know. Vegans. Pretty Sam says, my husband and I are vegans 1.5 years and vegetarian 20. Congratulations, like, that's awesome. Didn't last. 12, you can vegan on. Oh, you trained with the Bujinken ninja outside? So yeah, like he had like these old. So this was cool. So the ninjutsu we trained under was, Hatsumi, and so he taught us everything, like the, speaking and the language, everything. It was really awesome, but he had these old VCR tapes. I mean, think about this, 1990. VCR tapes were like, he had these old tapes that were like almost, because I mean, today you can find everything on the internet, but back then he had like these sacred tapes that he had of like Masaki Hatsumi, Bud Malmstrom, and some of the other, big wigs back then for ninjutsu. And I remember watching that once. And he introduced us to vegetarianism through tofu, tabbouleh, and green tea. And before we trained that day, he's like, I'm going to introduce you to these things. And I told myself in my head, I said, you know, I'm going to try these things. I don't care what they taste like. If the ninjas did it, I'm going to do it. So I tried tofu. It was raw tofu. So now it's like if I try a piece of raw tofu, uncooked tofu, it's like it almost instantly brings me back to that time. And I don't hate it. It's not like it's flavored. It's not flavored, but it's like a bland taste. But, you know, I'm like, okay, I like it. I didn't really like the tabbouleh, maybe because of the mint in it, but I ate it anyway. And from that day on, I went vegetarian. And I remember the last place I ate that was when I went vegetarian, and I remember the last place I ate when I went vegan as well. And they were both fast food places. So, cashew milk ice cream, yum. Still, my all-time favorite ice cream is still going to be that original So Delicious soy ice cream. So good. The French vanilla, the Neapolitan, it's still my favorite. But the cashew one is really good as well. But lately, I just make my own with banana and some 22-day protein powder and some, usually cacao or something. I'll sprinkle cacao nibs on it, maybe some cinnamon if I want to get really fancy. But I'm telling you guys, I'm really getting hungry. Is there anything in here I can try? Maybe I'll try one of these crackers. The Jill's crackers. These are vegan, gluten-free, original. I'll pop them open from the bottom. In case I need to take a picture for Instagram or something, I'm going to open it from the bottom. That's what they look like. If you guys are just joining us, this video started with me opening the Vegan Cuts box, and then it turned into Vegan Hangout, Vegan Zombie Hangout, because not everything we're talking about is strictly, we're talking about whatever we want to talk about. But I need to eat something because I'm very hungry. I'll try not to chomp in your guys' ears. Oh yeah, the gummies. Where'd they go? These gummies. I'm just afraid they're going to be spicy. Hot guava. Is that just the name, like hot guava? I don't know. All right, I'll try some gummies. I'll tell you guys how the gummies are. This way you get to see what my thoughts are. And I'm always going to be honest. I'm not one of those people that are like, this is really good. Definitely go buy this below. Okay, the gummies, this is what they look like. Hot guava. I thought they'd be red, but they're kind of orangish. Let's try them. I just ate crackers. Now I'm going to eat gummy. Come on. Here we go. They're not that spicy. There's a little bit of spice to them. They're good. They're good. I'm trying to see if the spice kind of creeps up on me and gets really hot. Creak, chomp, creak, chomp. Sorry, I'm gonna eat another one. If you're just tuning in, we're just hanging out, talking. I opened up the Vegan Cuts box earlier, and I just tried some of these hot guava gummies, vegan gummies, and they're really quite good. I don't want to eat them all now because I want to eat some real food. I gotta find something to make downstairs, but vegan pad thai, that sounds good. Have you guys tried our recipe for pad thai? I'm like going like this, like it's hot, but all it is a cracker. I've never been to Indianapolis. And I never tried making my own gummies, but my friend did. And I was going to have her on the show to do it. So, but yeah, that would be cool, making your own gummies. Maybe I will do that. But I am going to do like my own, like kind of like fruit roll up kind of thing. Fruit jerky, whatever. These crackers, they're good too, but I can't. I'm so hungry because I haven't eaten that I might be in like survival mode where anything tastes good. No, but these are good. Mm-hmm. It's not coming out. And this has been sitting here since the last box I opened. I'm saving it for a rainy day. It's like a chocolate chip, kind of like Rice Krispie bar, vegan of course. Can I explain why I call my coat a Woolly? The name of the company is Woolly, Wullly, like woolly mammoth. So the name of the company is Woolly Outerwear, and I've noticed that they changed their Instagram to Wuxley, like what WUX Wuxley. So I don't know if they changed the name or not, but when I got the coat, it was Woolly Outerwear. It's an all vegan coat company. They're pricey, but they're all made. They're not. They don't source them out somewhere else. They're quality made. It is warm. It is very cold where I live in Syracuse, and I can tell you that it keeps me warm when I'm out there in negative-degree weather. So hopefully, it's one of those coats where you get one of those. It's pricey, but you're gonna have it for a long time. So I do recommend them. They're good. I will link the Vegan Cuts link under this video when it's done. If you want to look for it right now, you can go to my last video, which I don't know, can one of the moderators link it below? Go to my last Vegan Cuts. I do one every month. I open a Vegan Cuts box live like this, and we chat, and I have all the information in the link below. So if somebody could do that for me. They are wind, and I do believe they are waterproof too. And they do ship everywhere. If you're outside the United States, you just got to pay the extra shipping. But I think they're worth it. I think they're about around $20 maybe, maybe a little bit more, and they show up to your house once a month. If you get, there's a beauty box that I think it comes every quarter. Well, they do have vegan fish sauce now, so. Some YouTube commenters were getting triggered on the last video. Give us a box of Vegan Cuts instead of the link. Well, if you come over, I'll give it to you. You know what I usually don't end up eating everything in the box, and then I give them away. So I give it away to my family members so they can eat vegan instead of not eating vegan, or friends or somebody that's trying to go vegan. We have some Yum Earth over here too. These are not from Vegan Cuts, but these are more vegan gummies, and they do have a lot of vegan products. Don't make the mistake of buying the non-vegan ones because they have vegan and non. So you just got to make sure it'll say vegan on the back, or it'll just right this one that says vegan right there. And there's no peanuts in it, so you have no peanuts in your gummies, because that's a problem these days. Peanuts in your gummies. Peanuts. That's all right. Oh wait, it's boring here or it's boring there at work? Hopefully it's not too boring here. I do have some I have a kale recipe in the dehydrator. And You know, I never did the video. I did a video of me doing what I eat in a day, and I make a dehydrated pizza crust, but I don't show how to make it. I'm just showing myself get it, and I never made that video, but I probably should have. But yeah, I was raw vegan for a while back in the day. Stop eating vegan cuts. You're on your way. All right. Race lever. I think the next video I'm gonna film. I remember I still have the videos that I have to edit, but after that, I think I'm gonna give you guys the. You guys probably don't believe me because I've been saying this for a long time, but I will do that vegan sugar video. Yeah, the vegan sugar video. There's so much to talk about there, and people get so vegan police. How much snow did we get? Well, I think it's snowing right now. I think it's supposed to snow all night, but right now there's about, I think there was like 16 inches out there. It didn't snow yesterday or the day before. It like snowed and then that's what I hate. It snows and then it's just like Antarctica. It's just like freezing cold, no more snow. So it doesn't look pretty anymore. You know, the snow coming down, the big flakes. I like that. But I also like a nice summer day if it's not too hot. Cross-contamination, wait, what are we talking about? I lived in South Florida. I lived in Sarasota, Florida, St. Petersburg, and Gainesville, Florida. Raining in Manhattan. Is there snow there? Indy loves other dogs, but like he loves little dogs, but big dogs have like barked at him and then like, you know, been aggressive towards them. So he loves everybody, but you got to be careful when he first sees the dog. He barks at the mailman. Like, he sounds like a really mean dog when he's barking at the mailman. And I think the reason why, because anybody else that shows up, he doesn't bark. And I think the reason, he knows the mailman. He knows the sound of his footsteps. He knows the sound of the mail truck. And he's immediately starts barking. And I think the reason is because the mailman is the only one that doesn't come here and play with him. He gives the mail and takes off. And I don't think Indy likes that. Indy wants to play. "29 years in the future, I would hope to have that video out by then. But maybe we don't eat sugar in 29 years. Maybe there's something else that just stimulates the brain and it's healthy." I didn't see the peanut thing. Unless, I don't know if you're even talking to me. There's probably other conversations going on with each other, but I don't know. I'm missing a couple of these. Let's see. Fab 4, the place with the vegan pop-up, was that a one-time thing? What vegan places are there in Syracuse? I hope that's not a one-time thing. That was the first time they did that pop-up, yes. I hope there's more vegan pop-ups here. So that place is not an all-vegan place, but the pop-up, everything there was vegan that day. But they also have a lot of things that are vegan, and a lot of their donuts are all vegan. So you can go there at any time and get something vegan, but they don't normally, they mainly make sweets, donuts, pastries, stuff like that. But on that day, they made pancakes and tofu scramble and biscuits and gravy. And what places? So there's only one vegan place in Syracuse that is all vegan, and that is Strong Hearts Cafe. They have two locations. They have Strong Hearts Cafe, and they have Strong Hearts on the Hill. There are a lot of vegan-friendly places to go here in Syracuse. It depends what you want. There's Noodle House that I like. It's a Vietnamese place. There's Alto Cinco, which is like burritos and Mexican food. China Road has some. They've had stuff for like the last 20 years. So even before these other places popped up, they had like mock chicken and mock ham and stuff like that. There's a lot of new places that are popping up. See, my problem is I don't really like going to places that aren't all vegan. I've had too many incidents where they mess up, stuff like that. Core is vegan. So yeah, I'd rather just make my own food here at home. But if I have to go out, I'd rather go to an all vegan place. And then the next thing, that if I had to go to some place that was only vegan friendly, I'd want to go to a place like Chipotle or Core where I can actually watch them make my food in front of me. So, yeah, I went to a ramen place here that was new, and they had vegan ramen, and they gave me, and I talked to them beforehand, and they all knew that we were vegan, and they still gave me something that wasn't vegan. And like, to me, that's not, it's not okay when you're, you know, when they have like a vegan item and you say like, I absolutely want, you know, nothing that's not vegan, that we are vegan, and then they serve you something that's not, like, because of an error, like, oh my God, that was a mistake. Like, it's like, really? So I was not happy about that. And it just makes me want to, you know, not go to places like that. You know, some people, you know, depending on why they're vegan or what they're not, like, it's okay. But for me, for me, it's disgusting. It's disgusting to accidentally put something like that in your mouth and have to spit it out. I never want to do that, ever. That's because I know where it's coming from. It's gross. Maria's been watching from Guatemala. That's awesome. And I hate mushrooms. We both hate mushrooms. Sicily, Chipotle or Core. Core Life Eatery is basically, and I just did a video there. I get a kale quinoa bowl, and you can add different things to it. It's like a Subway kind of line of making different, like, either kale or a soup. And I'll have like a kale salad with like avocado and different veggies and tofu and stuff like that. And actually, that's where I met No Egg Craig, because he used to work there. And I was going through the line, and he's like, "Hey man, Vegan Zombie, I watched your show." And I'm like, "Hey," and then we started hanging out. Bye, Race. Thanks for, if you guys have to go, thanks for watching. I understand we've been on for quite a while. I want to, but like I said, like earlier in this video, I want to start streaming. So maybe this is more one of like a practice stream. I've done a lot of streams in the past, but I want to kind of see what I can do over on Twitch and just put all my streams over there, and we can just talk about whatever, hang out. It'll be like our little hangout. And I'll actually do, like, I don't do this on YouTube, but I'll make a schedule so you'll see, like, I'll be on a certain time on a certain day if it's successful. If not, then, you know, there's really no reason to do it. But if you guys want to come over and like hang out, and we can eat food together kind of virtually and talk and do whatever. Oh, that sweet potato sounds good. You know who loves sweet potatoes is my pup. There he is. What are you looking at, Indy? Indy. He's looking at something. He is intensely looking at something. Indy, what are you looking at? Oh, there he goes. He sees something down there. My streams are relaxing. That's good to know. Like, I personally don't like the sound of my voice, but if you guys do, then that's a win for me. I try to, like, I critique my own videos and I try to talk better. I've come a long way. I used to stutter. I used to say ums a lot. I probably still say ums a lot. But I try my hardest not to, as much as I can. So, yeah. And then I do that too. I'm like, so, and then I lead into the next thing and I have nothing to say. And I'm like, why did I say so? My dog is cute. Thank you. I love my dog. It was his birthday yesterday, and I gave him all the treats that he wanted. He loves sweet. That's where I was going. He loves sweet potatoes. So every morning on his V dog, he gets a sweet potato. Heat it up for him, cut it up, mash it up, cool it off, put it on his food. And he also loves carrots and treats, all kinds of treats, peanut butter treats. Thank you for those saying that you like the sound of my voice. I thought, yeah, I would have put it down, but it's the only voice I have. I mean, I can make it sound like different things, but that's just funny. So this is my voice, and I'm glad you guys like it. Well, some of you guys. What is my favorite recipe to make? It changes all the time. I probably make pizza the most. Tofu scramble is another good one. Um, I haven't made it in a while, but one of my favorites that I used to make was bibimbap. That's a healthier recipe, and now I kind of want to go make it. But I do have a recipe for it on my show if you want to see it. Um, oh, that was a good one, Abby. The tofurkey ham. Yeah, yeah. I didn't make it quite like that, but I did make the ham for Christmas, and my family members loved it. The ones that, like my brother-in-law, who's not vegan, he likes it too. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you guys like the stream. We have more people watching than normal, so that's always a plus. And I will be doing more of these. And just to shout out again, I am going to be streaming again with John from the Vegan Zombie, the original videos, and we're going to be doing that on Thursday night around 8 or 8:30. I gotta verify that again. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be talking about the Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary. See, here's the news that I got him to do. I got him to make his own YouTube channel. He stopped wanting to be on camera. We'll talk all about it. I'll let him explain it, but I think I got him to make his own YouTube channel, and maybe you guys could go support him and follow him when we do the video on Thursday. You'll find out where his channel is, and he basically wants to do all of his stuff, like, because he does a lot of music and stuff, but he wants to do a lot of stuff at the farm, the Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary, when he's there. So, that'll be fun for some of you guys that want to see the farm. I want to do videos there too, but I can't get out there as much. He goes out there more often than I do. But I don't want to give all the stuff away. I want him to be able to tell you guys about it on Thursday. What's up with the movie? So if you supported on Kickstarter, you can go over to the Kickstarter and watch the latest update there. I also did another update about a week and a half ago with the new director, and all of that. You can hear all the new updates there. We're excited for it, and but I don't want to get into that now because I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit here, and I'll just talk forever if I do that. So, but positive things with the movie. Well, I should say with the series, because it's going to be a film. It's going to be a pilot for a TV series. So that's the other thing that I said. And if you guys watch Craig's video of the mukbang that we just did, you'll hear me say that I wanted to make a restaurant. So when my film is done, the next endeavor that I want to do is open up a restaurant, pizza place. I've worked in pizza places, many different pizza places over the years, and that's how I learned how to make pizza. And I worked in the food industry way back, in the mid to late 90s, actually the early 90s. Some of my first jobs were the food business, all the way up until early 2000. And I learned different recipes, and then I basically veganized a lot of them. So, yeah, vegan pho, and the ramen. I would love to do those, and I was actually just thinking that because I just had some a few days ago. My bread, my sourdough bread, and my pizza. John might have a YouTube to brag about in a couple days. So yeah, and I hope you guys would go over and support him and you know, maybe we'll have two of our own channels. It just the way. Well, I'll talk about it on Thursday because there's a lot to talk about. He needs to explain himself. That's for sure. Well, he doesn't have to, but an hour longer. You guys really want me to keep going. See, that's the good thing about Twitch. People on Twitch generally go for like, I mean, a lot of people go full time and do 8-hour streams and they just talk to their audience all day. But I want to do that. I need to figure out how to set this up because we're on my camera. We're on my phone right now. Where would my restaurant, I would like it to be in my hometown here in Syracuse. I would love to make another vegan place here in Syracuse because we only have one all vegan. I would love to make a pizza shop. I already got some names. I don't want to say them right now, but I already got some names for it, and I know how to make pizza. I've managed my own, like not my own, but I've managed a pizza place, a New York style pizza place, different pizza places over the years. I want to do like the different pizzas, antipasta, vegan wings, salads, calzones, pizza nuts, pizza rolls, the whole thing. I want to make our own vegan meats and vegan cheeses. Not to say that I won't carry something like maybe Miyoko's or something like that, but also be able to make my own on the pizza. On the pizza. I can make pizza. I can eat pizza. I got to figure out if I can sell pizza. I actually already have a Twitch account, but I have no content on it right now. Unfortunately, somebody already stole my name, the Vegan Zombie. But I'm the Vegan Zombie. So it's the Vegan Zombie without an E at the end. So Vegan Zombie I without an E. That's my Twitch. And there's no content right yet, but I do want to try it out. I don't know if it's going to be something that I'm going to stick with or what, but I'd like to try it out and just, come on and hang out with you guys and talk and get better at this streaming thing, and I got to have a setup because right now, if you could see how my setup looks right now, I got a clamp holding my phone on my monitor and at any moment it could fall over, but it hasn't. Oh, and Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. Lots of vegan stuff there. Did you see my vegan videos in Pittsburgh? And you probably know why I really want to go to Pittsburgh. Why I did go to Pittsburgh, right? The whole zombie thing. Only one vegan. Yeah, that's true. Although John's kind of the vegan zombie too, but so am I. So that's kind of, but The bug. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. Filmed in Pittsburgh area. George Romero. My favorite director. Yeah, I thought so too. Like at first, the concept of doing a live stream is basically like, I didn't think anybody would want to watch or hang out. But when you really start talking, and it's like you're kind of hanging out and you're answering questions and, whatever. I don't know, it's kind of fun because I caught myself watching some other people stream and, watching a few of their videos. So, it can be whatever. It can be relaxing. It can be fun. It can be entertaining. It can pass the time. Some people might even have this on and, be doing other things and have this on in the background. Who knows? But I figure this is more real because my other videos, it's like, I mean, they're all real, but this is like the real me, unedited. interacting with you guys, because normally I'll make a video and the only way we interact is through the comments. How is Indy though? Come here, Indy, come here. Sorry if I just clapped in your guys' ear. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. There you are. There you are. That's Indy the pup. That's Indy the pup. He's a big pup. Vegan Pajamas says, I'm vegan and I work at Taco Bell. Fun fact, Taco Bell is the very last place. That's the place I was at when I went vegan. Taco Bell. It just all came down to me, and like that was the last place I ate when I went vegan. But the last place I ate when I was vegetarian is more disgusting. At least Taco Bell has some vegan options. And I'm not saying it's disgusting, but it kind of is. I don't really enjoy eating Taco Bell. Indy's got his toy. You got his toy? He brought his toy in here. Do you get many mean comments? I don't really get that many, but I have got some pretty mean ones. Here I am saying but I was about to say something, so it's okay. Indy brought me his toy. This is Indy's toy. He's going to take it. He doesn't like anyone touching it, so he just took it from me. I have got some mean comments. Some of them are funny. Some of them, I mean, I'm a person like anybody else, so some of them actually, they get under my skin, and I'm like, you know. But for the most part, I try not to let the comments, because, you know, they're just comments, just whatever. Yeah, he's playing out there. He opened the door. But then, so a long time ago, so I would, this is way back when we still had a fairly new channel, maybe like four or 5 years in. It's crazy. I've been doing this. This channel's 10 years old in a couple months. So when the channel was a little bit newer, I remember I would answer every single comment, because, I mean, now I can't. There's just too many. But back then I would answer every single one. And I remember, I don't remember exactly what it was, but somebody gave me like a really mean comment, and I responded like really nice, like, oh, well, maybe you could do this, or, you know, what about this? Like, I would definitely help you if you needed help. And they were like, man, I really tried to give you a mean comment, and you're just so nice, and I'm going to have to subscribe to you. And they became a subscriber. I don't know if you're watching right now, if that was you, but somebody did that. Not everybody will like me, but everybody should. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you were a lurker. I read up on the lurkers. I guess I'm a lurker too. I don't really say things when I go in chats. Like if I go in and I'm watching a chat, I just watch it. I feel like once you start writing things, it gets like, I would rather like speak and say my mind than like have to type it all. That's not what I meant. This is what I, nope. Oh, they took it the wrong way. Okay, we got to write it again. Whereas now I can just talk. Pretty Sam, I don't think, Chris, you can see my comments. Maybe I probably missed a lot of people's comments just because this, but I definitely saw that one. Let me scroll up and see. What did you write? I don't see one. Electronic mind control, where? It's happening. Yeah, I don't see any other comments. There we go. Indy the bear pup. Yeah, it's funny because when he doesn't have his collar on, his fur just fluffs out, and he just looks like this big, I call him a little land shark, but he's like this big bear. He's huge. I mean, in the pictures when he's sitting down, he doesn't look big, but he's a big dog. When he stands up, he comes up to about here on me, and I'm 6 foot. Yeah, there's no reason to be leaving negative comments for people, especially if you're not doing anything like antagonizing people. And you're I mean, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to give entertainment. I'm trying to make veganism easier. Just hang out, whatever. Show people easier being vegan, you know? Like what you can buy at different stores. And how much does Indy weigh? The last time I was actually able to weigh him, he was 110 pounds. Oh, okay. That's okay, Linda. Are you not home? See, so that comment, Kat, you've helped me go vegan and stay vegan. Thanks so much for everything you do. So, like, when I see comments like that, like, it makes it worthwhile. Because, like, I'll tell you, like, I mean, not lately, but, you know, back, like, really trying to, like, grinding and getting videos out and trying to build the channel with, like, sometimes, you know, when the videos, you know, you put so much into a video and, like, nobody watches it and the growth is not happening, and like you feel like defeated, and like there's times when I felt like, well, I might as well quit. Like, and then I see comments like all these like people email me all the time saying like our channel helped them. So like that in itself is a reward. Like how would I ever be able to stop? Like I love what I do, and I'm glad that it's helping people, you know, that it's not like a selfish thing. It's like I can do what I love, but also, you know, benefit others. And by benefiting others, it's benefiting the animals as well, including in the others. But if it's helping you guys go vegan, then more people that aren't eating the animals. Indy is a German Shepherd, but he's half human. I feel like it. Indy is fun to walk. I mean, he is well behaved, but when he gets excited, you know, it's like Indy, stop, you know, because he will pull certain times. Like if he sees another dog, he wants to play. It's playtime. He wants to play, but he knows. Like I taught him all his commands in German, so he knows. He knows how to sit. He knows how to plots. He knows how to foos. He knows it all. And serious question for people out there who may want to someday start vegan channels to help others as well. What is the best advice you can give? Make content that you love making and be consistent. Don't just upload once every couple months, because that can you'll see, like if somebody likes your video and then there's nothing else, then they usually don't subscribe and then they forget about you. So if you're going to do it, be consistent. Upload 2 to 3 times a week or more if you can. Take a couple days off and have good audio. Audio is more important than the video. If you have great video and your audio is all bad and like peaking and windy, people are going to click off. So definitely have good audio, have decent lighting. I just actually bought some new lighting. It's supposed to come in a couple days. I don't know what's wrong with my lights, but like I have professional lighting and it blows my face out. I don't understand it. Maybe it's the camera too. But yeah, do what you love. Do what you're good at and try to do something unique. Like for me, my unique thing was I wanted to stand out from cooking shows. And when I started, there were no cooking shows on YouTube, really. And there definitely wasn't no vegan cooking shows. So, but I would see cooking shows on like the TV channels and stuff. And honestly, I love cooking and I want to see what they made. But most of the shows I were watching were boring. And this is like, I mean, these weren't like the Food Network because I don't think they existed back then. But these were more like your Channel 9 news, like who's gonna make something in between like a segment. And so my whole unique way of doing it was I wanted to make my cooking show fun and interesting. So even if somebody didn't like what I was making, or maybe they weren't even gonna bother making it, I still wanted them to watch the show. So I did it. I did different angles, really quick shots, so it would like keep your interest. And my whole thing was zombies. Like I want to make something in the zombie apocalypse, and obviously it's not scary. It's more comedic. So I wanted something fun and entertaining, something that somebody could laugh at. I mean, it's so dumb that it's funny. Like we're not trying to be serious. We're trying to be dumb and stupid, but also funny and educational. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. I want to promote veganism in a way where I don't feel like, people don't feel like they're being judged or like it's shoved down their throat, in your face kind of approach. I never liked that. And so then I came up with my own way of doing it. And I wanted to break stereotypes too, because back then people were like, vegans are just, a bunch of like peaceful, weak hippies that, graze in a field. And I'm like, you know what? Vegans are also zombie slayers and survivors in the zombie apocalypse, making awesome meals. So I wanted to make a character that could survive in a zombie apocalypse, and it was funny, but also at the end of the video, you learned how to make a really tasty vegan meal. I stand by every meal in the cookbook. I mean, we have done stuff that didn't come out good, and I just didn't post the video. We reworked it and we came back. So, I don't know. I hope that helps. Answers your question. You know what? I've wanted to do vegan chopped. I actually, in a vegan diners, drive-ins, and dives, I've pitched that to them several times because the Food Network actually contacted me several times, and I gave them the whole spiel what I wanted to do, and it just never got greenlit. But I would look, because I started doing that way like back in like, what year was it, 2012 or something. We started doing that on the Vegan Zombie, going to different places. That's what I wanted, but I was too insecure in front of the camera, and John wasn't able to really leave the area, so we only got to do it at a few different places. But since then, I've gone to different places and shown, different vegan restaurants. But I would love to do that all over the country. And that was my original idea of what I wanted. We were going to do a Kickstarter for that, actually. Just never came about. Whatever milk you like. Oh, you're answering a question. I do have a really, besides sourdough bread. Yeah, I've made other breads that aren't sourdough. Um, you can sub the dairy milk for vegan milk. And my favorite milk of choice lately is, you all know, the Oatly. That's my favorite milk. I can drink it right out of the carton, and I love it. I know I could make my own oat milk, but it's not going to taste like Oatly. Uh, Thanks for watching, Nicole. Actually, we have a recipe for cornbread. Cornbread, we did a recipe for it. We did a video for it, and it's actually one of the ones we. So, on top of going to like different veg festivals, we also try to go. Well, at least I do, and we try to go to like horror conventions, and they would have one here in Syracuse. So the first two horror conventions that we went to as a vegan zombie, we actually made food. We made chili and cornbread, and everybody there was loving it. Oli, unfortunately, is not widely available. It's made in Sweden, and it just recently came to the United States, and the demand is too high for what they can actually produce. So they're making another facility in New Jersey, and hopefully, because I'll go to the store, sometimes I'll go to 2 or 3 stores looking for it, and it's usually out. So when I find it, I grab a couple of them, and you know it's the best when there's all these other different milks you can buy, and Oatly is the most expensive one, and it's the only one that's always out. I mean, it's the most expensive one, and I'll just grab 2 or 3 of them at a time. It's really good. And out of all the vegan milks, it's at least the one in the white carton is one of the healthiest ones. Surprisingly, there's oil in a lot of these milks, and there's no oil in the white one. Sodium and sugar is very, very, very minimal, and they have a few other ones too. And I actually have. It's not available in the United States, but my friend brought it back from Iceland, a vegan Oatly cream cheese, and I just tried that in my 2 videos ago. So if you want to check that out, go check it out after we're done here. Okay, wow, this stream is way longer than I thought it was going to be, but I need to probably go make some dinner. What time? It's like 11 o'clock. I definitely need to be off by 11:11. Emily's in Buffalo. Did you know that did you hear me when I said that I was on my way to Buffalo yesterday? I was on my way to Buffalo yesterday. We were going to see the falls, and we stopped in Rochester, and then my friend realized that he left his passport home. So we turned around. We didn't do it. What was the question anyway? Buffalo. Was wondering if you could recommend any vegan restaurants. In Buffalo? In Buffalo, I've never been to a vegan restaurant in Buffalo, but I hear Amy's is there, which has vegan options. So check that out if you haven't already. And there are a few others, but I don't know them because I haven't really eaten in Buffalo other than the Veg Fest. If you go one city over and you go to Rochester, go to the Red Fern, it's all vegan. Misfits Donuts is an all vegan donut place. I learned the hard way, they're not open on Monday, but if you go tomorrow, they should be open. Wow, you're still on here. I am. I'm about to leave. I don't take medication for colds. I don't usually get sick. And when I say that, it's been years and years. I did feel off on Christmas, like I said, but that was like the first time. And when I do get sick, it's only for like 24 hours. And that was basically the cold chills and stuff. And my stomach was upset. And other than that, I don't usually get sick, knock on wood, but the only way I will take medicine is if it's life and death. Like I had back surgery back in 2011, and I mean, obviously they put me out for that, but when I came when I was conscious again, they wanted to give me some pain medicine and I refused it, and they made me at least take it with me, and I never touched it. I was fine. I don't take medicine if I can help it, but I will take medicine if I'm about to die. If I'm about to die, I'll take medicine if I have to. I don't want to die. I want to go to the Netherlands. Regina says good night. Thank you for watching. Elmhurst is. You know what I like about Elmhurst is they were like 90 years a dairy company, and the founder went vegan, I believe. Well, whatever it was, they changed their whole dairy industry into non-dairy nut milk, peanut milk, cashew milk, walnut milk, and no dairy, no cow dairy anymore. I like what Miyoko says. Miyoko says, you know, we're not going to like say we're something else. She says, and I like this, she says, yeah, we're dairy. We are plant dairy. There's animal dairy and plant dairy. We're plant dairy, and we're revolutionizing the industry, and she is. Yeah. McDonald's and everyone, they really should have vegan options. Now, that's not saying that I personally would go eat there. And places like that, I don't think it's really for vegans. I think it's for non-vegans to try and say, oh, this is actually really good, and maybe that would be their first step. That's what I think of places like that, because I wouldn't really go personally support, but I wouldn't tell anybody not to go either. A place like McDonald's or Burger King coming out with vegan food and stuff like that. Yeah, I know that. I know they have one over in where you're at in UK. That's cool. Indy eats V Dog food, and he's been on it for maybe 4 or 5 years, and it's definitely brought his health back to optimal. I can't recommend it enough, and if you are a new customer, you can use promo code Zombie Dog, and you will save a little bit of money on your first order if you're interested in it. And I highly, highly recommend it. And no, I don't get paid for saying that. I'm blocked on here. Pretty Sam, you're not blocked on here. I can see your stuff. Fast food, depending on what it is. Fast food for me is like fruit, vegetables, pick it up, bam, that's pretty fast. But yeah, I know what you mean. Well, when I first went vegetarian, way before I was vegan, that I would do that. Like I was young, I was 14, 15, and I'd be out skateboarding with my friends. And when you're that age, you don't have really money, and we'd have a couple bucks between us, and we'd go to like McDonald's or whatever, and we would buy the two burgers, $2 for $2, but we would get it without the burger on it. Like, don't put the burger on it. We just want the lettuce and the tomato and the onion, and that's what we would eat as very new vegetarians almost 30 years ago. And don't eat the fries from Burger King because they're not vegan. White Cancer has vegan options. Do you mean White Castle? Yeah. Well, do you know that Harold and Kumar went to White Castle? The movie. Kumar is actually vegan in real life. So they actually made him vegan burgers when that movie was made. At least that's what I read. I don't know him in real life. My 16-ounce latte is yelling. I totally hear that. Like here, Vegan for Life says I had a Beyond Burger in a fast food restaurant, and it was $10, and the fries were $5. I could have bought 4 burgers and potatoes and bread rolls for that. Totally. Somebody was just telling me that yesterday that they went to a place around here, and it was $16. That's ridiculous. You could make it yourself. I mean, I get it if somebody wants to go out and try it one time, but in order to go out and that's just a lot of money, especially for around here. When those burgers are not that, they're expensive, but they're not that expensive. All right, and I just got to the last question, which means I'm going to end this now. I'm so glad you guys were all here and we got to do this live. And don't forget, Thursday around 8 or 8:30, I'll post it on Twitter. I'm doing another live stream over at John's house, and we're going to stream live and talk about some fun things. So it was fun talking with you guys, and watch out for zombies. And don't forget, I'm going to try out Twitch, so maybe you guys could follow me over there when I